Let's have a little mood lighting, y'all. No. Oh, y'all. I'm not well. I think my lights, they are unplugged, damn it. Somehow they got unplugged right. Okay, there we go. Better. Just a second. Okay, guys. So, how's everybody doing out there? Is everyone ready for the new year? And what are your big plans for the new year? I know this is just a random little lifing. Let me see. What do you guys think? Like, no, I like this better. Hides the wrinkles, right? So anyway, guys, what are your plans for the new year? And I did a video earlier that's uploading right now about should you come into trucking right now? Is this a good time? Are you by chance in Mississippi? No, I'm not in Mississippi. Y'all would know wherever I am because I have this big blue, not blue, but purple truck, the Pearl, you know. There's only one Pearl out here, and she is gorge. But anyway, just curious where y'all are and what your plans for the New Year's. Are you guys thinking about coming into trucking? Are you truckers? If you are truckers, would you recommend that someone comes in right now? Or may I've personally put that I don't think anyone should come into this business right now. I think they should wait until maybe later 2024 or even the year after just to see what happens in the industry. We keep getting people coming and saying, you know, oh, there's not enough truckers, we need more truckers. Bullshit. This industry is flooded and flooded by idiots. We have good evening. Trucking with, what is that? Oh, hello. How are you doing? Math. Oh, I can't even hardly see. I really should wear my glasses right where I can read these comments. But y'all give me some thumbs up. Let me know that y'all are in here. Of course, right now it's only showing 3, so we'll see what happens here in a little bit. I know my lives have not been, I haven't been advertising them. I've been doing them spur of the moment. And you can't expect people just to come in at the spur of the moment, but I am glad when y'all come. Hey, Clutch, how you doing? Setting 45 minutes from 90. Yeah, I'm setting about 150 from my 90. And I am delivering in South Carolina. And, you know, but not until the 2nd because no one was working on the 1st. I couldn't get it in. I probably shouldn't have even taken the load. But, you know, it's just one of those things. If I don't take it, would I have gotten anything? They talked about how they didn't have enough drivers for all the loads, yet they give me a load that ties me up. That shouldn't have tied me up. It should have, and I'm a trainer. I have a student on the truck, so we're able to really turn and burn. We could have delivered this this load yesterday. Happy 2024, right, Warner? Nice. Same, Dallas. You know, it just kind of sucks. But, you know, I'm hoping, and I don't know what y'all's opinion. You guys think we're going to turn around in 2024? I'm praying for it. But when it comes to, you know, a lot of these channels, they're sitting there recruiting, come into trucking right now. I recommend, this is how I see it. If you have a decent job making $800 to $1,000 a week, stay out of it. do not come into trucking right now. It is not the best time to come into trucking. Absolutely not. If you're single or you're just a couple and y'all are struggling to pay rent, you're making, one's bringing home $500, the other's bringing home $600. You don't have any real bills. Maybe you have a car payment. Then yeah, it could make sense, even with the slowdown that we're in, because you could be living on your truck. You could be learning the ropes over the next year, because I think 2024, I'm praying this is going to be a transition year for us, that we're going to start seeing freight pick back up. A lot's going to depend on who wins this next election. That's a whole nother cat. I'm very disappointed in what's going on in, what was it, Colorado and Denver. They're actually, and understand, I am not a Trumpster. I hate the son bitch. I'm a Republican, but I'm not a Trumpster. But it is not for the courts to decide that he can't be on the ballot. That's a slippery damn slope. That's some communist bullshit. That's how people like Hitler came to power. That's how people like Kim Jong-un are in power. You know, you're interfering with an electoral process. That's something I've always been proud about being an American. You can't do that. If you don't want Trump in, or you want Biden in, or don't want him in, vote for it. Let our electoral process be a free one. I have been part of military families. My father was in the military. I was a military wife for years. I've been part of that for, whether when I was dating him or with the actual 16 to 18 years, we were actually officially married, in that I was a military wife. My kids are all military brats. We cannot afford for anyone to start interfering with an election. They're accusing Trump of interfering with an election, okay? What the hell do they call what they're doing? That is election interference. But I'm not a political channel, y'all. I'm not going to get into that. But I think a lot's going to depend on who's president, what this next year is going to happen in trucking, what's going to happen with us. But I do think we're going to be a transitional year. I think we're going to start getting back where we need to be. Don't care anyone say I support Trump 100%. We will all know he's good for the country. Well, I don't know if he's good for the country or not, but I do think we need a Republican in office, whether it's Trump or someone else. Okay? And I do support a free election process, and unfortunately, the left side is trying to interfere with our electoral process, and that's wrong. It's 100% wrong. Just like if the right was interfering, it's wrong. We need to have free and fair elections, and if you're preventing someone from being on the ballot because you're a little bitch, that's a problem. Okay? That's the part that bothers me. It's not who's running. If they were doing that to Biden, trying to keep him from being on the ballot and saying he can't be on the ballot in this state, that state, I would be defending that. I'd be saying, you cannot do that. If that man wants to run, he should be able to be on all the ballots, and you vote that he cannot be on them. And it goes to saying, if Trump's running and you don't want Trump in office, vote for it. Show at the ballot that this is who you do not want in office. Do not get courts to interfere. That is wrong. Governors should not be able to say, no, we're not going to allow him on the ballot in our state. No, you let the people of your state decide by voting if they want him in or not. It's not for a governor or a judge to decide. Then you no longer have free and fair elections. But that's a little off topic. But as far as what I think is going to happen in the coming year, I do think we're going to start seeing things slightly get better. How fast, I don't know. So, like I said, if I had a good job and I were someone who wasn't a trucker yet, I definitely would not pick this to be the time to quit a job that's paying your bills and you're still able to put a little aside to come into trucking. I would wait, see what happens. But if you're that couple or solo person that, you're barely making your rent, you don't have any other real bills, you don't have kids to support, maybe now is the time for you. Maybe, you come onto a truck. I mean, if you shop for your food, you cook on your truck, you could easily live on $100, $125 a week easily, if you're not shopping for your food at the truck stops. And you could be putting money aside because you're living on your truck. I mean, these are comfortable ways to live. I've lived on my truck for 3 years, not the same truck. All y'all know that I'm on the Pearl now. And this is really living nice. But I do plan this coming year, my plans are to, I own property in Arizona, I own property in Florida, but I'm looking for something to have a home, either a park model RV, or a small mobile, and something on 10, probably the Quartzsite area, because I go through there all the time. I'm Western Regional. But I've been homeless now for 3 years. And it's time to get in a home. I give it up to Kirsty from Trucking Along with Kirsty. I think she did it like 4 or 5 years before she finally broke down. She rented an apartment. She's not really the homeowner type. Which is fine. That's a valid choice. But for me, I'm looking at future investments, and I am the homeowner type. So, what about y'all? How many of y'all live on your truck full time? How many of you have a home? And what was 2023 like for you? Did you prosper in 2023? Did you see your incomes drop? I definitely saw my income drop in 2023. I'm hoping for a turnaround in 2024. I want to believe that Rob Lowe has a reason he's going on this hiring frenzy of hiring new drivers. I just hope it's not to push out the old ones who are used to making money. I don't know. I don't think the man became a billionaire having that kind of practice. I think Rob Lowe's actually a very intelligent man, and I actually think he cares about his drivers to an extent. I mean, we got to face it. We did have, where's my camera? Right there, I think. We did have a time period where a few things, and it's sad, coming to the end of this year, we need to think about the drivers we lost, people we lost. Unfortunately, we lost 2 drivers here at Prime, and there's been other drivers I've seen with the wrecks and things like that around the country at other companies that lives were just as valuable as anyone we lost at Prime, because we got a brother and sisterhood out here of drivers, and I would like to see our culture support each other more, because unfortunately I just see a very me drivers out there that are very concerned about themselves and themselves only instead of their brothers and sisters out here. We get enough shit from the shippers and receivers, and some of our companies devalue us. We really need to take care of each other out here and not just, be all about ourselves. You see another driver who's backing in, who's struggling, don't think, oh, well, they're just a Warner driver, they're just a Prime driver, they're just, no. Yes, they might be new to the game, but, the senior driver needs to go, okay, let me get out and help, see if they need some help. And it's not always just the kind of help you want to give. Just say, hey, would you like me to spot for you? Or do you need a little help and direction on what you're doing? Because you're a seasoned driver, but you also don't want to come off like a know-it-all and a condescending prick. Help in ways that they need it, and in a way that you're building up your younger drivers. And the younger driver could be someone in their 60s who just started. I'm talking younger in a way that new to the industry. Let's help each other. Let's give each other that help. And, there's been several times this year where I've seen someone come in, they're at the fuel counter, and they're counting change to pay for a sandwich and a drink. And you see the person behind the counter just, no. Or someone in line behind them rolling their eyes. Hell no. Break out that card. Slide it for them. You never know when you're going to be that person that's going to need that help. And I know everyone's like, oh, well, I plan too much, blah, 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 blah. That's all great. You can't put out, let me see, sorry, sweetie. You can't put out 5 drivers in a room. You can't put 5 drivers in a room and turn off their lights and all of them agree on whether or not it's dark. Yeah, unfortunately, it's true. You cannot get 5 drivers in a room to agree on anything. But, you don't always have to agree. You just, try to respect each other's differences and their opinions. It's like you got someone saying, hey, I support Biden. Someone who's supporting Trump. And I don't support either of those two. But if I have to pick over those two, I'm probably going to go with Trump. But, sorry. But the thing is, you got to respect their right to their opinion. We've got to learn to appreciate each other's differences and to celebrate each other's differences. We don't always have to agree with each other, but we do have to support each other. It would be so much easier in life. And going into this new year, let's go in with hope and a renewed vigor for what we do, and respect each other's humanity and each other's rights to life, And these newer drivers that are coming out, let's support them. Let's help them where we can help them. And if you know more, let's try to pass on that knowledge, and not in a condescending asshole sort of way. Unfortunately, you see so much of that, and it's sad. So what are some of your hopes for the new year? Maybe it's buying a house. Maybe it's a new car. Shoot, I'd love to have me another 65 Mustang convertible. Red, candy apple red. Probably a white rag top with red and white pony interior. And I would still like a nice stereo in it, and definitely AC. I'm not a total purist. It doesn't have to be a show car, it just has to look like one. But that ain't happening for me this year. But what is some of your goals for this year? Is it to buy your own truck? Is it to pay off your truck? Buy a house, pay off a house, get married? Okay, let's see. I get grief for being the hammer lane with my governed truck right, but I'm only there because someone was merging into the interstate. Yeah, you must drive for Prime. I get that too. I get people like getting on the CV, and I only turn my CV on when I'm, um, let's say, if there's an accident and I need to know what's up ahead. And unfortunately, not enough people use their CVs anymore. But they saying, y'all are dangerous. Y'all need to be off the road. You're the problem. No, we're not the problem. You need to learn patience. You know, we're in a governed truck. It's all we can do. And a lot of times our trucks are governed at the damn speed limit. You're just wanting to speed. Um, we're not the problem. You're the problem. I only get into the passing lane when I got to pass or I'm stuck behind someone that's even governed slower than I am. And I just want to get around them. So, yeah, I mean, people can be jerks, but that's what I'm saying. Let's try to give each other a break out here to help each other. And if you know of a better job or you know of a better opportunity, we need to share it with each other. You know, I mean, there's not enough of that out here, enough sharing and caring about each other, and we need to start that. But going into the new year, I'm going in with hopes. I have goals for this year. Let me see. I'm currently at Roadmaster. How do you like it over there? And who is? Is it? Do they pay good? What's their pay scale? Are you a lease operator? Do you get paid per mile? Do they have bonuses? This is the type of stuff we need to share with each other. What's going on? Like I'm working at Prime. I'm a lease operator, and normally it's really, really good. Is it right now? No, it's not right now. I have absolutely. I will not push my channel, and it's not a recruiting channel. Trucking school. Oh, okay. In trucking school. Now that's one thing that does confuse me. Why someone would go to trucking school instead of going to Swift or going to. I see why you won't go to like CR New England or Stevens or one of those, but go to Swift or go to Prime because the school's free. Everyone's like, well, I don't want to be beholden to them. Well, you're not, as long, those are decent. I know they're mega carriers. They're decent companies that you can make good money at and get experience, because no good company is going to touch someone with less than 2 years experience. More opportunities open at 6 months, a year, 2 years, real good opportunity. 3 years, you can practically write your ticket. I've been hearing driver shortage for 38 years. I know, I don't get what the hell is with all this driver shortage. We, and that is RTC, RST. Oh, you drive for RST? Is that what I'm guessing? I have thought about going over to them. They do a lot of Alaska runs. They don't want to hire out of Florida. Okay, as far as Prime, but you can always change your state residence, on paper. But I think Prime is hiring out of Florida right now. You might want to check. And if not, Prime Swift is. My thing is with, there's too many companies that will pay, teach you, train you. And I think the training's much better at the companies. But if you do choose to go the school way, unfortunately, and this is one thing I do not agree with at Prime. I don't know what it's like if any of you all are with Swift or CR New England or anything. My student came in with actually 12 years experience. And then he worked for the railroad for 20-something years. I mean, the man is seasoned. He's a damn good driver. He's a good backer. A little rusty in certain areas, but he's really good. I feel safe sleeping in my bunk behind him, stuff like that. And they're making him do 60,000 miles because he didn't train at Prime, which right now you got 50,000 miles in TNT training. I think that's moronic. Or if someone goes to another school outside of Prime, and Swift is like this too, I do believe they have to drive more miles. But you're not stuck under a contract. But the same thing is you got to pay for that damn school. Some of these schools are like $10,000. It's just disgusting. But if you're military and they pay for you to go to truck driving school, I would definitely do that. And with Prime, you only got to do 6 months if so there's advantages to being ex-military. But it's really irritating that they penalize someone for not training at their company, because I think that's moronic. And I'm not sure if Swift is the same. If any of y'all work for Swift, let me know. And my channel is not a Prime channel. I've only put up my driver's code maybe 3 times out of 200 and something videos that I've done. It's just not my jam. My channel started where my family and friends can come on it and BS and stuff like that and see how I'm doing. And I started to build a community. And a lot of them were at Prime, but I want people from all different companies to be able to come and talk about their company, where they're working, because a lot of times you have a lot of pride with where you're working. And I do like being a Prime driver, I'm not going to lie. I did not have good experiences. My family did, and I come from a family of truckers with Swift. I've heard Swift's changed a lot. I don't know. I still do think Prime has the very best training program out there for new drivers as far as getting your CDL. I do not agree with how long they have to be in TNT part of their training, because some of my students shouldn't have graduated TNT at all, and others, they could have got what they needed from me in 5,000 miles, 10,000 miles, and been on their own truck. I think that it shouldn't be a set amount of miles. I think it should be a set amount of skills that you once you know it, you know it. And if you don't, you don't. But that's just me. What do you guys think? How many of you are actually in trucking right now? How many of you are thinking of coming into trucking? And do you have any questions about it? I'm not seeing a whole lot in here right now. If we don't get a few more in here soon, I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap this up. But, I just want you guys to know I do appreciate it. I'm going to get a little more regular on my lives. We're going to be a little more topic-oriented instead of like this. It's just an open topic. I know a lot of y'all are enjoying your New Year's Eve. I wanted to come on here because it is New Year's Eve, and I'm just sitting here, and I thought, well, maybe some of y'all are just sitting, and you would like someone to spend time with here on New Year's Eve. I know I enjoy spending time with you guys. You guys have kind of been my connection while I've been on the road. I've made a lot of friends that are truckers on the road that I call and I spend a lot of time talking to. Y'all know how that is. You're going along, you're getting tired. You need someone to talk mindless bullshit with, just to stay awake or to be entertained while going down the road. Some of y'all listen to podcasts. Some of y'all turn on your favorite talking head YouTubers, me, and put the phone facing down. And then, it just goes on autoplay and you get what you get sometimes. And that's kind of nice because audiobooks are so expensive. But the one thing we do need to do out here is we really need to support each other and not trash this company, not trash that company. My company's better than your company. You know what? Put it out here. You might be in a better company. I think like RST, and they're owned by BMC or something like that. Bottom out. They pull Prime Freight as well as they pull freight for Carlisle. going to Alaska, and they are the one company I have seriously considered if I left Prime I would want to go to. I think the world of the owners, they're real nice people. And if anyone's interested in uh, them or trying out their company, like I say, they do pull Prime Freight, but they also pull freight for Carlisle, which is the people from Ice Road Truckers, like Lisa or whatever her name was, that one girl that drove for them. It's a real solid company if you really want that adventure, driving the Alcan, driving the whole road in Alaska. Hey, it's a great company to check out. They take care of their drivers, they care about their drivers, they have real nice equipment. And then if you feel like stepping back and just driving the lower 48, hey, it's awesome. But anyway, guys, I guess I'm going to wrap this up. I'm only down to a couple people. Also, check out Trucker Todd. He has a nice live stream. I really like his live streams. He usually has 20-something people in here. I'm down to 3. Normally, I have 14 to 20 in here. But I haven't been doing my live streams regularly, and I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm just a lot of things going on right now. It's hard to hit the same day, but that's one thing I'm going to be working on this coming year, is being able to do Wednesday night lives from the sleeper. I'm also going to be doing, really ramping up my channel, and there's going to be a lot of things going on. I wish all of you, and if you're watching this after it's published or you're watching it live, I wish all of you a very happy New Year's. I don't care what company you work for. Thank you. And I wish you all the best. And I want you guys to treat each other with love and respect. Practice inclusion instead of exclusion, because you never know who you might meet and you really might like them. And until next time, y'all, Miss Mother Trucker out.